Hello everybody, Noel Gowan here from GrassTech. I just want to introduce one of the more recent strings to the bow of the GrassTech portfolio, and that's the provision of workers for dairy farms here in Ireland. We've been involved in this sector probably over the last 2 or 3 years, and it's growing nicely. And I just want to take the opportunity to introduce two key players or two key parts of this service here in Ireland. We have Mircea Băru from Romania.
Hello.
Mircea helps us to find the workers from Eastern Europe. And on the Irish side then we have Dennis Burke from County Waterford, working with the Irish farmers on the Irish side and helping to place the workers once they arrive. So it's a good opportunity, lads, just to kind of talk through the process in terms of what's involved. Maybe Dennis, just to start off with yourself, again, ultimately there is a shortage of workers out there in dairy farms. What are you finding? And then once a farmer rings you and said, Dennis, look, I'm looking for a worker, what's the process then?
Well, the process is I go and see the farm and basically see what he's looking for, talk to the farmer, have a walk around the farmyard, something I can relate back to Mircea and get the sort of candidate I think that would suit that farmer. So it's just pretty much that simple, that we try and match the proper employee to the proper farm, the size, you know, how big the milking parlour is and how much experience the farm worker would have, and get all those things together and just relate back to Mircea what we need, and he can go and source the appropriate candidate.
Okay. And I suppose once you go out and farm, there's probably a fair variability in terms of the size of farms. Yeah. Some of them might be a 60-70 cow herd, or it could be a 500-600 cow herd.
Yeah. Anything from 200 to 600 cows. Majority is herringbone parlours, but some rotary parlours with one guy milking up to 600 cows.
Okay, and it's mostly those size farms that where the demand is. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And just the whole side of accommodation. Then we just know that it's important to have accommodation in place.
Yeah, the farmer supplies the accommodation for the employees.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most farmers have good accommodation.
Okay.
In the form of an old farmhouse or a mobile home, but they have good accommodation.
Okay. And so you relay all that information in back to Mircea. Say, right, Mircea, I have 2 or 3 farmers or whatever, certain characteristics, needing a worker. And so over to you then, Mircea. What happens on your side?
Yeah, so like Dennis said, he touched a bit about my process there. So initially I gathered a database of workers. I do an initial talk over the phone. I assess if the worker can speak English and if he has any kind of experience in dairying. And then I either help him create a CV, put together a CV, or ask for the CV if he already has it done. And based on the CVs that I gather and the information that Dennis is relaying to me, I then forward Dennis CVs that match the availability that we have at the moment. Okay, so we're trying to be as transparent as possible and let the worker know as much as we can basically gather from the farm description and the visit that Dennis had on the farm, about that farm, so that we start with a good pairing between the worker and the farm that will in time guarantee more or less that the worker will be happy there and the farmer will have a reliable hand on the farm, and they can basically work for a long time. So that's our goal, to place people for a long time and for everyone to be happy.
Yeah, of course. So after that interview process, then Dennis, you relay all the information of the worker, of course, back to the farmer, and then it's totally up to the farmer. You relay as much information as you can. It's totally up to the farmer then to decide. Yeah, listen,
Well, I forward the CV to the farmer.
Yeah.
And then we have a 4-way interview with the farmer, myself, Mircea, and the employee.
All right, as well. Okay. Yeah.
And then the farmer makes a decision based on that.
Okay.
And we take it from there.
Okay.
He says yes or no. If he says no, we move on to the next one.
Okay. And so from there, then what happens? It's
the employee comes in. We arrange an arrival date, and we pick the employee up, and we drop the employee out to the farm, and just an introduction course with the farmer. It takes them. It starts from there. Then
Okay,
he
very
starts
good.
working for the farmer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, very good. Okay, so what are you finding in terms of we'll say the quality of the candidates or the quality of the workers, and what has it been like trying to source we'll say workers for farmers, be it for a beef farm, sheep farm, dairy farm. It's mostly dairy farmers that we're working with. Is there an opportunity for people to work on pig farms? You know, what are you finding out there on the market at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. So, although we are focused on dairy farms, we all the time we get applicants that have mixed and various experience in farming. We do have a lot of people applying with good experience and with conversational English, so they can handle a conversation, they can handle having a CV done in English. And most of the guys and girls that apply have already worked in places like Germany, in places like Denmark, Belgium, Italy, France, Spain, okay? And I'm trying to ask the guys all the time, why would they choose Ireland as opposed to the country they already know and worked for? And most of them want to choose Ireland because of the language, because they can actually understand the farmer and speak English at the shop, at the groceries, at wherever. And it's also the fact that Ireland has a good tax policy when it comes to the workers.
And so, Dennis, will say again, one of the features of the Irish dairy industry relative to other countries is that, of course, over 90% of it is spring calving. So you have a huge demand for help or labour or for workers in the springtime.
Yeah.
And so how do you manage that? Are there people trying to line up workers now for next spring already?
Farmers will be contacting me, said that they need farmers starting in the anywhere from the 15th of January to the 15th of February, depending on their calving pattern.
Okay.
And they would be requiring for 4 to 5 months work right through the end of breeding season.
Okay.
But they would need some help.
And is the option there to supply workers just for that period of time, or
yeah, the option is there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But sometimes when they get those workers, they work out so good they keep the workers for the year round.
they want to keep them? Yeah, it's good.
And that has happened in the past, that they keep the workers for the year round.
Okay, good.
If the relationship works out, and they realise that the worker does help them quite a bit, so they just keep them full time.
Okay, okay. So again, just to move on, I suppose a lot of the workers that you would provide, Murcha, they're from Eastern Europe, have an EU passport, no need for a permit, can come in fairly quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no hindrance to that on that side of it anyway.
No. I mostly deal with applicants from Eastern Europe, from Romania, from Bulgaria, from even Hungary. I had applicants coming in. There's Moldovan guys applying that have already Romanian passports, so they're basically Romanian.
Yeah.
But we don't just look at Eastern Europe. We also have active sourcing in Ireland, and we're trying to find jobs for the guys that are here in Ireland and are looking for a job. There's different sets of difficulties in any situation, but I'm confident that with the strong team that we have, we can overcome most of them.
Okay, yeah. Again, just a more recent development then, Dennis, you're involved in the permit side of it as well, where you bring in some workers from outside of Europe. Just to tease out that a bit more, talk through that a bit.
Well, the permit, we apply for the permit and we get the permit, and the employee works for us, that works in the farm the same as the other guys. Basically, it takes about 3 to 4 months to get a permit.
Okay.
So the permanent guys will have a little bit more experience. They'd be coming from large dairy farms, New Zealand, the Philippines, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, anywhere in the Middle East.
Okay.
They will have quite a lot of experience at milking large groups of cows.
Okay. So it takes anywhere around 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months, 3 to 4 or 5 months, depending. It's not really a second goal, but anywhere from 3 to 5 months, could be 6 months, depending on
Okay,
the government.
okay.
You would never be really sure.
Okay,
But
okay. And you've plenty of applications. We're now nearly almost in December. You've plenty of applications for next spring because of the demand next spring again.
Yes, yeah.
And I suppose it's just important for, we'll say, for Irish farmers who are interested in this, that if they are interested in either a short-term worker coming from Eastern Europe or a permanent worker, they just need to get their name on the book,
absolutely, yeah.
and then the search can go on from on your side. Then
It's very important that we have time enough to process these applications.
It's probably a good way to finish the conversation. So, like, again, if you are interested in a worker, be it full time for a full year or part time during the springtime, through the main spring calving season, anywhere from kind of January to May or June, again, be sure to look up on the website or give us a ring, and I'm no doubt that lads will be able to sort you out. Okay, thanks very much.